music history lesson, and history lesson. Ready? Okay. Adolphe Adam, French composer, born July 24th, 1803, making him a Leo. His father tried to give him lessons, but the boy was reluctant to learn even the basics of music theory and instead played by ear. Good for you. After all, what is music theory? It's a theory. It's one theory. He was quoted by saying, "I loved music, but I didn't want to learn it. I would sit quiet for hours listening to my father play the piano, and as soon as I was alone, I tapped on the instrument without knowing my notes. I knew without realizing it how to find the harmonies. I didn't want to do scales or read music. I always improvised. I never became a fluent sight reader." Hey, hashtag same, dude. Same. At the age of 20, the chorus master and timpanist of the new Théâtre du Gymnase offered Adam an unpaid position playing, yes, the triangle in the orchestra. What did Adam do? He accepted. That's a good thing, too, because after the chorus master died, Adam was promoted to his position, earning a salary of 600 francs a year, which is the equivalent of today, a little over $600. But back then, around 1823, would be the equivalent of over $17,000 a year. And he was able to travel to London and also to St. Petersburg. Let's see. In the late 1840s, between losing a bid for a new opera home, refurbishing another, and the Revolutionary War of 1848 closing down theaters, Adam lost all of his money. But in 1849, he became a professor of composition at the Paris Conservatory. His earlier marriage was described as uneventful and loveless. Their only child killed himself in 1851 at the age of 19. It was the same year that his estranged wife passed away. Adam remarried, though, and assigned the royalties from his early works to help him pay off his debts, and like many other French composers in need of money, he turned to journalism to earn extra income. Gotta do what you gotta do. In 1852, Adam produced 6 new works, enabling him to clear all of his debts. He died in his sleep May 3rd, 1856, at the age of 52. Adam composed a total of 39 operas, many ballets, choruses, songs, church music, and during his lifetime also had his works performed in London and in New York. Good for Adam. No. Okay. But now, where are we? Here we go. Now, it is a history lesson. We're going to talk about the Declaration of Independence. Who were these people? Where did they come from? They came from Massachusetts, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and New York. All of these were colonies and didn't become states until 11 and a half years later, meaning 14 of the 56 signers died before seeing the colonies become states. We're going to talk about Richard Henry Lee. If you know who Richard Henry Lee is, raise your hand. That's what I thought. That's why we're learning. That's where we're learning. Yes, I pointed to you over there. You raised your hand. I saw that. Richard Henry Lee was born January 20th, 1732, making him an Aquarius. He had 9 children from 2 different marriages and came from an influential, politically active lineage dating back to the 1640s. He was the 7th of 11 children, born in Virginia to a wealthy family. When he was 11, he was sent to England for a broad study. He traveled Europe for the next 7 years before returning back to Virginia. In 1768, when he was 36, he lost 4 fingers in a hunting accident. That December, his wife died. June 7th, 1776, during the Revolutionary War, at the age of 44, Richard Henry Lee, known as one of the best speakers, proposed to Congress to separate from England and form independent states. The Congress was startled, and they needed a couple weeks to think this over. Winning independence from the world's most powerful country? He and his younger brother, Francis Lightfoot Lee, were the only brothers to sign the Declaration. Richard named one of his sons after his brother. From 1784 to 1785, he was President of Congress, in effect making him President of the United States. This was not under the U.S. Constitution, though. He died at the age of 62 on June 19th, 1794, exactly 12 years and 7 months later. His first cousin, twice removed, was born. Confederate general in the Civil War, Robert E. Lee. Ironically, during the Civil War, Richard's grandson-in-law served as Postmaster General for Lincoln's administration. There you go. You've learned about French composer Adolphe Adam and Congress delegate Richard Henry Lee. Who are you going to learn about next week? Well, tune back in to find out.